enough of that! More of this. It's 1993, the second game of the Sid Meier's Pirates franchise, by my counting anyway. We have the late 80s with Sid Meier's Pirates. We have the 90s with Pirates Gold, and then we've got the noughties, if you call them that, the zeros, the nothings with Sid Meier's, Pirates Live the Life. This bad boy was the second installment, but it was my first introduction to any Sid Meier's game, and I friggin' loved it. This was my jam. Ham, eggs and spam. We have the captain's broadsheet before we get into this bad boy. It's divided into two parts. The first part is the technical supplement, and it describes how Pirates Gold is loaded and run on your machine. We have controls, displays, computers. You can do the DOS thing. Memory requirements, you need at least... program requires about 2 megabytes of available memory of any type. I do want to set up the Roland MT32 emulator, but I have not done it yet. So I'm not entirely sure what we're emulating. I think it's probably Sound Blaster. Possibly Sound Blaster Pro. Pirates Gold has no on-disk copy protection. This means that you can install the game files from the original discs to a hard drive without the need to access the original files. These files are normal in all respects and should not cause problems when backing up, restoring, and optimizing a hard disk. However, during the play, the program asks you a question to ensure the ownership of the manual. During an early voyage, you are asked to identify a pirate flag. Kaz, can you identify a pirate flag from 50 fathoms?
Under Tier 2 Retrovert. 8 months strong. Did someone say?
Can I get
Pirates.
some love for
Brass
Kaz?
ahoy.
Ahoy! Tier 2, 8 months, 7 in a row. Subterfuge Jog,
Good day.
welcome in.
I'm looking for a friend.
Reading, Connor. It's disgusting, right? Can I get some hype for Kaz? Can I get some ahoy-hoys for Subterfuge Dog and Connor coming in? We have some copy protection in the form of identifying flags. You can't even fathom what that unit of measurement is. Thank you again. Running and loading, DOS extender compatibility problems, video cards, and Visa drivers. All the good stuff. And now controls. Escape. Mouse buttons. Return. Arrow keys. Pausing with P. Q for quit. Change sound with V between full sound, sound effects only, and no sound. We can go to the captain's cabin with spacebar, or we can exit a screen with escape. Up, down, and all the others. I am lucky enough to have a numpad, which means that I get to use the numpad to control things in fights. So that's nice. I can thrust. I can slash. I can parry. High, low, medium. Also, anyone that's watching this VOD as part of the longer series, you may have noticed a lot more grey hairs have suddenly appeared on my head. That's because we played Sid Meier's what was the original? Was it 87? Anyway, Pirates. Sid Meier's Pirates. We played that about 6 or 7 years ago. And I am only now picking back up the series to continue the VODs. I had played it previously. I loved this game when I was younger, and I played it a lot. I wasn't very good at it when I was younger, but I did play it. So yes, that's why there appears to be a big change between previous Fraz playing the 87 version and current Fraz playing the 93 version. The Xbox version, Pepper? So I think you're talking about Live the Life, which is the third version of Pirates. It's also arguably the best. But this one has, for me anyway, a lot of nostalgia value. Anyway, you can advance, thrust, slash, parry, parry and retreat, and all that. You don't. Well, that's why it's arguably. That's because you can argue the fact. Some will say yes, and then some will argue no. It's not really an argument if you have people on the same side. Where else are we? Captain's Cabins, Map of the Caribbean. I think I remember somewhere we do have T for turbo mode, which is probably going to be important. Ooh, Calico, the air has smells. Dinner time, enjoy. You know people who can argue even if they're on the same side? I guess this is the internet. People do love an argument. Yes, live the life. Pirates live the life. There was Pirates, Sid Meier's Pirates, then Pirates Gold, then Pirates Live the Life. Novice players may want to fence using keyboard controls rather than the mouse, as the keyboard controls are somewhat easier to master. What? Why can only novice players use the keyboard controls? Turbo mode. We press T and things go very fast. Problems? Get out of here. And look at this guy. I'm pretty sure this is Matt Berry. Matt Berry boards your ship, followed by a very young William Shatner, and possibly Brian Blessed. Matt Berry is handsomer. This might come as a surprise to you, but with a little bit of makeup, you can make anyone fugly. Using a mouse was something for nerds. Welcome to Pirates Gold! The star of new kings and empires are rising in Europe. New opportunities abound for the ambitious man. There are reputations to be made, fortunes to be won, beautiful women to be wed. And, with royal favour, you may even gain a patent of nobility. Duke of the Realm has a fine sound to it, does it not? These are the days when glory and fame can come from a humble beginning. Nowhere even, are the opportunities greater than in the Spanish Main, the Caribbean Sea / Caribbean, depending on how you pronounce that. A crossroads of the Atlantic. Here, the great powers engage in an unending struggle for dominance of the strategic waters. Here, the displaced of the old world seek to wrest a living from the new. Here the seas are filled with rich merchantmen even, ungainly cargo flutes, and the greatest prize of all, friendship. Oh, wait, no. Heavily laden Spanish galleons. I get those two mixed up all the time. Spanish galleons, slow, fat, heavily laden with Spanish gold. Stargamer, good to see you. Do like me some stacked Spanish galleons, if you know what I mean. To begin your adventure, load your game according to the instructions in the captain's broadsheet. While the game is loading, read the game controls section. We don't need to do that because we're in the future. Captain's broadsheet is a separate booklet containing loading instructions, which we've already gone through. This manual is divided up into 4 sections. Book 1 provides comprehensive information on how to play, as well as some historical background. Book 2 provides more details on the various events which took place during a voyage. It also discusses your goals and treasures awaiting a heroic and lucky captain in the Caribbean. Book 3 provides specific details on the ships of the period and the famous pirate expeditions, and the political and economic situation in each of the 6 eras. 77 dirt. There's Matt Berry again, this time with his friend Sockhead. A word about your goals, just a word. Hold on, this is more than one. From humble beginnings, you are seeking to make your fortune in the West Indies. Eventually, you hope to retire to a wealth to a life of wealth, ease, and high status. When you retire, your status is determined by your personal fortune, your rank, your lands, your reputation, your wife if you marry, and whatever especially pleasing events befall you during the course of your adventures. I once had a particularly delicious flan. You can retire and end the game at a bank in a city after you divide up all of the plunder from the current voyage. At this point, you'll learn how well you did in the game. If you are dissatisfied with your success and your health permits, you can leave retirement and take up adventuring again. As you play, you may wish to make a few trial retirements to see how this works. See Book 2 for more information on retirement. Way too bad. Welcome in. You love the Wikipedia article for Pirates Gold, the Pirates Gold remake, with minor improvements. Nice. This is a computer game, Beowulf. Welcome in. We're reading the bit about the computer game, the bit that's called the manual. This is the equivalent of sitting in the car on the way home, and I love it. Begin playing Pirates Gold, install the game, done, and then press buttons until a game appears. Nice. We can command famous expeditions, but what I'll probably be doing is starting a new career. But we will have to select a historical time period, okay? This is a Sid Meier's game, so we have authenticity to think about. After you've chosen a new career in the main menu, a new menu appears. Select historical time period happens. We get to choose some different time periods. The Caribbean and the Spanish Main were a changing environment as military and economic power waxed and waned. New colonies appeared and old cities declined. The region gradually changed from total Spanish dominion in the 1560s to a wild frontier for European colonization in the early 1600s, and by the arrival of the 18th century to a cosmopolitan nexus in the global economy. Oh, cosmopolitan nexus. Those are fun words. This menu appears only when you begin a new career, so let's have a little look. We have the Silver Empire, which is from 1560. This is the earliest period in the game. In this era, the Spanish Empire is at its peak. All the colonies in the Caribbean, with one lone exception, are Spanish. All the major ports and trade are controlled by the Spanish. However, Spain's profit has been so great that other Europeans are attracted to steal their plunder, or whatever Spain cannot protect. Because of Spain's great power, this is an extremely challenging era, and should not be attempted by novices. Merchants and smugglers. This area... stop saying area. This era is very similar to the Silver Empire, but Spain is slightly weaker. A few abortive non-Spanish colonial ventures have begun, but the Caribbean remains essentially Spanish. Another change is the predominance of the Dutch smuggling trade. The Dutch, you say? Like in the 1560s, this era is extremely challenging and should not be attempted by novices. We have the new colonists, or indeed colonists, from 1620. This era, I said it correctly, is the first successful colonies founded by the enemies of Spain. While Spanish power continues to decline, with these colonies, prospects for piracy and privateering are improved. Why are we smuggling the Dutch? I don't know, they're easy to fit in barrels. That's not true. They're gigantic. Life is fairly challenging for would-be pirates and privateers. We have the war for profit. It's a good job that never reoccurred after 1640. The Dutch are giants. It's ridiculous. As I arrived in the Netherlands, I could feel myself getting shorter by the second. This era is the heyday for small, independent buccaneers. The Spanish military and economy are at their nadir. Vitrix, you're just so big. I can't see around you. I'm tiny, but the Dutch are gigantic. So, there you go. The Spanish military and economy are in their nadir. Now, I'm going to need someone to clarify what the term nadir means. While new European colonies are blooming throughout the Antilles, this period is a golden age, literally, for the independent and resourceful sailor. It is an enjoyable era for players of all skills. It means low point, nadir. There you go. I mean, I've read this manual before, but I'm not going to lie, that word never stuck in my lexicon. The Buccaneer heroes from 1660, these decades are the peak of swashbuckling adventure in the Caribbean. Spanish wealth is reappearing, but their military power remains a joke. European colonies and ports abound. Fortune-hunting sailors crowd the taverns, searching for lucky captains. This classic age makes piracy a pleasure for players of every skill level. It is the suggested level for your first time playing Pirates Gold. It's like the antithesis of Zenith. I am huggable. You're damn right. Ooh, black cherry and Madagascan vanilla. Ras, you been trying out more Kraken? Have you got Kraken? Pirate Sunset is 1680. This is the last era for the Caribbean pirate adventurer. I really changed up those words. European nations now take seriously events in the Caribbean. Okay. Navy warships are on patrol. Letters of marque are harder to find. Governors are less tolerant. Enjoy this area. Stop saying area while you can, for it is the end of an age. This period is somewhat tougher than previous eras. It may be a bit too difficult for novices, but other players will find it quite interesting and challenging. I get to choose my nationality. Do I want to be English? Do I want to be French? Do I want to be a giant? Or do I want to be Spanish? Your nationality helps determine your relations with various cities in the Spanish Main. If you're English, for instance, and England goes to war with Spain, Spanish towns will tend to be wary of you. The English have never gone to war with anyone. Ever. Ziggles always go for the giants. Have you received? No Portuguese man of war here, no dirt. Dutch nationality is not available in 1560. At the time, the Dutch were still part of the Spanish Empire. There you go. Pick Northern Irish, then you can get dual nationalities and 2 passports. Oh, yeah. Your nationality is pre-chosen when you play a historical scenario. Yeah, they were still in early access. Early access Dutch. English is often a useful nationality. Maybe less so these days. People hate us. I don't know why. This nation supports privateers in the 16th century and is just as generous in the 17th. There are a few friendly bases for you in early scenarios, but in later scenarios, England has a number of fine ports. Oh, Port Royal. St. Kitts. Yes. French is the classic nationality for pirates. Classic? Okay. Although this nation provides less support to its sons overseas, it also gives them more independence, more freedom of action. France has a number of tiny settlements. So small. So small. On Florida and in the Bahamas in the early scenarios. During middle and later scenarios, cities on West Hispaniola and Tortuga are the ideal pirate bases. Ooh, I do bloody love a Tortuga. Dutch This is an exciting and different nationality. Yeah. Not sticking with the stand. Not. You're breaking the mold with the Dutch. The Dutch was formed when Spain banished all the tall people. We can't see past you. Except in the 1620s, the Dutch sailed as traders to the Caribbean, not as warriors. Of course, once in the Caribbean, more than a few supplemented their earnings in legitimate activities with more violent and profitable pursuits. As a rule, Dutch traders tend to stay on the good side of England and France, although this was not always possible. You cannot choose Dutch in the 1560s, all right? In the city of Curaçao off the coast of South America, it's the major Dutch port. In later scenarios, the Dutch have possessions scattered across the islands of the Caribbean. St. Martin, St. Eustatius. Two particularly wealthy cities lie on the northern boundary of the Lesser Antilles. Spanish is the most difficult nation to play, as the Spanish... Ooh. Hello, the Dutch. As a Spanish renegade, I'm not going to lie, I like the idea of being a renegade. D4 damager, power to the people. You start in a weak position. Hands and knees, probably. Although, in 1680, you can play the interesting role of Costa Garda, which is where you stand outside of the coffee shop and make sure that only people with a loyalty card are allowed in. The Spanish Caribbean Coast Guard, who often acted like pirates themselves. Your name. Use any name you wish. Special abilities. We can do fencing, navigation, gunnery, wit, and charm. Or medicine. Fencing means that we're well trained and have great reflexes, making my opponents seem slow and unskilled by comparison. Navigation, a fine grasp of the sea. It's very hard to grasp the sea. It just keeps on dripping out. But if you choose navigation, you can. Sea and sail. It makes your ship travel smoothly and rapidly across the often treacherous Caribbean. Gunnery, you're highly skilled with a cannon, and you've passed some of that skill onto your crew. Your ship's broadsides are more likely to hit their target. Wit and charm. My dashing good looks and smooth tongue, nary a bump upon it, make you quite popular with the townsmen and women. Medicine. You are trained in the latest techniques in healing arts. Cups, leeches, snuff powders. Yes, leeches, cupping, branding. Holy shit, I was so close. Leeches, cupping, branding, and the like. You are thus likely to remain healthy longer and suffer less from injuries. As a result, your career as an active pirate can last longer. Which means you can cup more. 4 difficulty levels. We have Apprentice. You get the most aid from subordinate officers on the ship. They'll tell you whose waters you're sailing in, keep you posted on cruise morale, and so forth. This makes play easy, but when you divide the loot, all those experts take rather a large share, leaving you very little. If it's historically accurate, choosing the French should yield the biggest ships of the line, but your reputation will be that you are French. Smooth tongue, meaning we have no taste buds. Yep. Basically, if we choose wit and charm, we just lick freezing cold poles until we've, not the Polish, although, never say never. Until we've just peeled off all of our taste buds. Gouda, top 10 for you, Danae. Nice. Terribly delicious Gouda. You join the stream to find pirate game manual reading and you love it. Yes, anybody that's watching this in VODland, by the way, feel free to skip forwards. Find yourself into the meat and grit of the story. But for us, oh baby, it's manual time. Journeyman, moderately easy. Your subordinates are less expert, but still good. And your share of plunder is larger. Adventurer is moderate difficulty. Weather begins to be a large concern, and your opponents become quite deadly with the blade. Your subordinates are mediocre, but your share of the booty is quite large. I do like a large booty share. Swashbuckler is difficult. The weather is extremely realistic and quite often terrible. Well, I know a little about terrible weather, as I live in the UK. Your enemies are powerful and universally hostile. Your crew is unruly. Well, I know a little something about that because I have Twitch chat. Ooh, a bevy of Sid Meier's games. Look at that, DBM. What a collection. Love it. Your enemies are powerful and universally hostile. The crew is unruly, and your officers are wretched scum. On the bright side, if you do survive, your share of the loot is the largest possible. Aye! Vitrix is trying to incite a riot. Whatever you do, don't waste 200 plunder by typing !riot to join. Ow! I just really pinged that off my fucking tooth. Once we've finished creating a pirate, the scene changes and an important event changes to an important event in your early life, and you'll learn how you came to join the Brotherhood of the Sea. Then you face the first opponent in single combat. Controlling your pirate with the captain's broadsheet. Choose my weapon, the rapier. It's long, it's thin, it's flexible, with a sharp point and no real edge. It can be maneuvered easily and thrust into a target with accuracy. It has a longer reach than other weapons, but its strikes do the least damage. The rapier is a gentleman's weapon. The cutlass is heavy. It's curved. It's a cleaver with a sharp edge, but short reach. When it hits, the cutlass does far more damage than the rapier. Cutlasses are popular with the buccaneers, cutthroats, and other untutored fighters. They are mean weapons. The longsword is a classic weapon of medium length, shorter than the rapier, longer than a cutlass. It has a heavy blade, and its blows do more damage than the rapier. The longsword is a fine weapon for a soldier. I mean, I might try cutlass, you know? Hit him hard, hit him fast. Well, maybe not fast. That's my opponent, that's me. These are the attack lines, here's the parry lines. We've got my men, my morale, my opponent's men, my opponent's morale. Bish, bash, flippin', bosh. Like all active men of your time, thank you, I'm trained in swordsmanship. Attacking and defensive movements, including wrist, arm, body, and footwork, are as automatic as throwing or kicking a ball. I'm not very good at kicking balls. Put together, don't. These motions form combinations that allow you to attack, defend, and retreat in various ways. In combat, victory depends on selecting the best combination. If you recognize an attack combination fast enough, you can block it with the defensive combination or counterattack it with a combination which exploits your opponent's attack. The attacking combinations are thrust and slash. The defensive combinations are called parries. Any combination can be carried out low, medium, or high. That is, that you can thrust high, parry medium, slash low, and so on. No, do. Absolutely do. Thankfully, calm has returned and violence was not provoked this time, you see? You're unruly, but you're not unruly enough. You hit your opponent when he fails to successfully parry one of your attacking combinations. Each hit weakens your opponent. If you are leading your men into combat against a group of opponents, each of your hits also lowers the morale of the opposing force. The enemy is dismayed to see you strike their leader. Piff, paff, slash, and other things. Retreat is easy. Simply move off the edge of the screen. Of course, you lose whatever you were fighting over, and your reputation suffers. Surrender occurs when one fighter is badly beaten by the other. Over the course of the battle, the losing fighter's morale represents the flags on the screen, or is represented by the flags on the screen, declines as the winner's fighter's morale improves. When a fighter's morale gets too low, any blow may force him to surrender. You got me! The slash. Slash high. Slash mid. Slash low. The common man as a warrior. Arr, I surrender! In this turbulent time, there are more clergymen than sheriffs. A man protects his own property and a person against thieves. Oh, wait, no, just and person. Property and person against thieves and banditry. If he doesn't, the kings and governors surely won't. It is a rare man who goes without some kind of weapon. Noblemen settle disputes quietly in duels rather than through open warfare, a barbaric practice frowned upon by the crown for its detrimental effects upon the important business of trade and taxation. Unable to afford the high-quality blades of their betters, commoners must satisfy themselves with staves and clubs and crude spears, large knives, and such homemade implements of carnage. When they can get a weapon, the common folk prefer the heavy cutlass, ideal weapon for a stout but untutored fighter. I feel a kinship with the words stout and untutored. Thrust! Thrust high, thrust mid. Wait, hold on. How do you do a different... The slash is a brutal heavy blow with damage done by the edge of the blade rather than the point. Since you're using the edge of the weapon, you must be closer to your opponent to hit him. On the other hand, a successful slash can do enormous amounts of damage. Ooh. Stout and uncouth! How did you know what my Tinder bio was? Is there... I don't know how to... I remember poking. I remember doing a lot of poking. I don't remember doing a lot of slashing. Choose an attack line and press left mouse button. Oh. Oh. That's why it's considered a bit more advanced to use a mouse. So high, medium, low, attack, parry, and retreat. We just get normal attack. Is there does anyone know? Genuine question. Does anyone know? If you like press and hold 7, do you do a high slash? And if you just tap 7, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I have to use the mouse for this one. Right, where the bloody hell were we? Slashing. Thrusting. Ripe for experimentation. That's me in a nutshell. Parrying high, parrying mid-level. The position counters high thrusts and slashes, as high attacks are slow to develop. Defensive fighters rarely stand on guard in a high parry. Parrying mid-level, the position counters any mid-level attack or slash. This is classic on guard position, which many swordsmen return to. I would be the one to ask such a question. You would think so. That's significantly more complex on the command handler. What about a 2-button combination? Try not to hold it when you need a slash. You'll get a bladder infection that way. The colonial frontier is even more unruly than in the homeland. This is especially true of the English and French colonies, largely populated by convicts, fortune hunters, deadbeats, religious fanatics, and other people that the homeland was happy to ship across the seas. Furthermore, the colonies and landowners might be absent from the non-existent. Oh, no, might be absent or non-existent. In Europe, every square inch of the land is part of some nobleman's holdings, and he and his family usually live right up the road, ready to enforce ancient feudal custom and law. In the colonies, only the strongest rule by the blade. Cool. Firearms exist in this era, but they're newfangled weapons of slow speed and dubious reliability. Throughout the 1500s, firearms are fired with slow match. Reloading is a long, laborious process that requires 2 minutes or more and is complicated by the need to handle loose gunpowder while holding a lit match. A better gun, the flintlock, is invented in 1615 and is mainly used by hunters, sportsmen, and buccaneers throughout the 1630s. However, it is still too unreliable to carry into battle until the 70s. In a fight, you might carry a loaded pistol or 3, have a brace of pistols, but you still put most of your faith in your trusty blade, which can't jam or misfire. Well, you could jam it into something that you can't remove it from. In Dumas' Three Musketeers, set in 1620s, the title characters are members of the most elite firearms unit in the entire French army. Still, they rely far more on their swords than their guns. Right, in the 16th and 17th centuries, Europeans have a precarious toehold in the New World. The vast majority of North and South America and the Caribbean is unexplored and unconquered. The new land isn't kind either. Hostile Indians still control most of the territory, and they have no love for the rapacious, murdering white men who enslave them, steal their gold, and destroy their great civilizations. The weather of the New World, from the frigid cold of the north to the killing heat of the south, is treacherous. Huge swathes of pestilential jungles and swamps lie filled with diseases for which the Europeans have no defense. In these turbulent times, Europeans venture forth from their cities at great peril. Over the course of the 16th and 17th centuries, cities flourished. Flourished has the word flower in it. Oh, good lord! Those are some fantastic faces right there. Thank you, Rain. Cities in Pirates' Gold vary in size, defensive strength, economic strength, and political affiliation. Over the course of the game, a city may grow larger or smaller, richer or poorer, weaker or stronger. Cities are attacked by Indians, weakened by disease, and captured by warring nations. Occasionally, a city is sacked by bloodthirsty pirates. Ha! 10 out of 10. That's a profile picture right there. If you know the city's status, it is recorded in the City Gazette in your cabin. Information about the city. If your information of the city is out of date, your Gazette is blank. A city's name may differ from the historical, from one historical time period to the next. I'm not playing with cat. What do you mean? Oh, such silky. So silky. We have economic status. Struggling. Oh, I feel ya. Struggling towns are in economic difficulty. They trade with almost anyone. Prices of goods are low as the quantity is available. Surviving, these towns have either small or depressed economies. Surviving Spanish towns trade with foreigners whose local reputation is fairly decent. Prices and quantities are usually modest. Prosperous towns have large, strong economies. Prosperous Spanish towns will trade with you only if you're a captain of high repute. Prices of goods are fairly high, and goods are available with reasonable quantity. Wealthy towns. The peak of the economic spectrum, with very few exceptions. Only old, rich Spanish towns reach this status. These towns almost always follow the letter of the law. Only the very best and most reputable captains of any nationality are allowed to trade in these places. Prices are high and goods are plentiful. There are many levels of fortifications if we want to attack a port. There's soldiers. God, I cannot remember the soldier fights. The more you trade with a city, the larger it grows. This is useful because a city with fewer than 600 citizens isn't important. Not important enough to have a governor. The more friendly governors you know, the more opportunities you have to get special assignments, meet their lovely daughters, and receive land grants and promotions. Besides gaining your country's gratitude when you capture an enemy city, you can also get some of the city's wealth. An actual amount varies on the length of the battle. Longer fights give the citizens more time to hide their wealth. Thus, a head-on assault might be bloodier than a long battle of feint and maneuver, but it will also be more profitable. Huge tracts of land! If we want to keep track of the citizens of the Caribbean, we can purchase intelligence from shady characters in the tavern, listen to tavern gossip. Gossip will give information about attacks, diseases, gold mines. Okay. Shady characters. Huge tracts of land. Gold mines, these caused a one-time upswing in a city's economy and dramatically increased the city's disposable wealth. These finds are usually small, perhaps just short-lived. Things to do in town! We can go and have a chat to the governor. We can improve our relations with the governor. We can talk to the governor. We can offer amnesty to the governor, purchase a letter of marque from the governor, and perform a special mission. Who for? The governor. If you are quick on your feet and keep abreast, lol, of the ever-changing politics of the Caribbean, you can gain land and titles from more than one nationality. For instance, if France and Spain are at war with England and Holland, and you studiously attack English and Dutch shipping and cities, then you may very well find yourself rewarded with land and titles by both French and Spanish governors. After you have achieved high rankings with these nationalities, you may take advantage of an English offering of pirate amnesty to repair your reputation with the English crown. Eventually, you might be offered a chance to purchase an English letter of marque. Then, suppose England were still at war with France and Spain. If you attacked Spanish and French shipping and towns for a while, the English governor would surely reward you with land and titles. Eventually, you might find it possible to integrate yourself with the Dutch as well. I've tried. Very difficult to integrate with. They just overlook you. 63 years old, Dipper. What's in the box? What's in the box? At what point does the governor reward me with a treehouse? Oh my god. Soon, I hope. We can discuss local gossip in the tavern, I think. Everybody knows everybody in a small world of the Caribbean. I want to go to the Caribbean. You watched that movie yesterday, Pepper. Nice. Have you ever, by the way, seen What We Do in the Shadows? Is it I can never remember. What They Do in the Shadows? What We Do? I think it's What We Do in the Shadows. You have not. It is What We Do in the Shadows. But I have watched it. I can't remember whether it's we or they. But it's we. You should, especially if you like Seven, for a very interesting reason. Turns out that somebody paused in What We Do in the Shadows at some point and saw Colin Robinson's letter, which basically wrote out the exact interaction that a certain person had that set a certain person on a course of action in 7, aka everything in 7 was because of Colin Robinson. There you go. I did not, Rain, because he'd fallen over. But that's a great picture. Fuck the dino. Brad, yeah. If you look it up, it's so good. Lovely little Easter egg. I can meet a wife, or indeed a mistress. No, that's this weekend. If you've been fortunate enough to gain the confidence or even marry one of the ladies of the court on subsequent visits, she will tell you what she has learned since your last visit. Yay! Look, I did a thing! I made the cutlasses pink. I can meet the governor's daughter, or indeed niece. If your reputation is impeccable, and you've bathed within the last month, the governor might introduce you to a beautiful young niece or daughter. The young ladies of the governor's court have unparalleled opportunities to overhear important news of the goings-on in the Caribbean. If a lady becomes infatuated with your dashing good looks and smooth style, she may become your informant, passing on to you the secrets she learns from other highly placed admirers. When you meet one of these young ladies, you choose whether to make pleasant conversation with the young lass or to formally propose marriage. If you propose, and your status is high enough, the lady might accept. Marriage to a high-born woman is a sign of success, and worth many pirate points to boot. For more details on marriage, see Gains and Goals. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. That is a damned good Umbreon. You've stuffed yourself. Completely taxidermied with burgers and fries. We can talk to the bartender as well, mysterious stranger, and a barmaid. Shady characters, travellers, and unemployed sailors. What is going on with my tongue today? Is it because that I shaved all of my taste buds off so that I could have a smooth tongue? As discussed above, unemployed sailors looking for work in taverns. Jubbly. Purchase treasure maps from shady characters, city information from travellers, gossip. The barmaids in wharf taverns are worldly wise young women, battle-hardened and experienced at fending off unwanted advances of drunken sailors. What will we do with a drunken sailor? Occasionally, one of them may take a fancy to a fresh young captain like yourself. If so, she can be very useful, if a somewhat expensive ally. If a barmaid takes a liking to you, she can tell you of the goings-on in far-off cities. That is, she'll give you city status information, and very occasionally she might present you with a fragment of a pirate treasure map. Thus, it's a very good idea to buy your barmaid a drink from time to time. You never know what might happen, chat. We've also got the trading doodads, but that's boring. We need to repair ships. We need to make sure to sell our cargo before selling ships. Selling cannon, your treasure trove. Oh, I love the treasure trove. I love it so much. Even if you are keeping your crew happy, it's a good idea to divide the plunder from time to time, particularly when you have a lot of treasure. Until the loot is divided, it all belongs to the ship, and none of it to you. Your reputation and standing is largely based upon your personal wealth, the money in your secret treasure cave. The treasure in your ship's hold does little to enhance you in the eyes of society. Until the money is divided, and your share is placed in your cave, you are just another penniless sea captain. A microwave that does air frying. That sounds great. The longer you sail, the more thirsty your men become for their share. And at the bank, we can plan a new expedition, advance to another level or difficulty, retire from privateering, and all the rest and the good stuff and the fantastic, bloody lovely. I can practice fencing. I can ship log. Quit. Exit. Treasure chesties. Map of the Caribbeanies. More treasure maps, apparently. And saving. How are we doing? Yes. Logbook. Ship's log. Party status. Personal status. My age and my health. My personal wealth and lands. Marital status. Reputation. Difficulty level. Political standing. Hostile. Wary. Neutral. Letter of marque and ranked. I mean, technically we are only halfway through the manual. But a lot of this is, I do like the idea of going through some of these stories at the end. Yeah, it's quite a big one. It's story time. John Hawkins in the Battle of San Juan de Ulua. So we could, if we want to, do famous expeditions. Francis Drake and the Silver Train ambush. Bietaine and the Treasure Fleet. Oh! Oh! Pixie, I fucking love it. Lolonaise! It's mayonnaise, but it's really funny. Good old Henry Morgan. Baron de Pontis. So there you go. And then we have all of this information because it's Sid Meier's. And Sid Meier's expected you to read all of this. Well, maybe not expected you, but dude put a lot of information. The pick was from 2018. You found it while looking for the Umbreon pick and you had to share. Yeah, you fucking did. That's your cat draw. So fucking lovely. Folks, it's time to do it. They said it couldn't be done. They said we couldn't load the game up. I don't know who they are, but they were very, very mean about it. Well, I got dyslexia dirt, so I prefer not to read it myself. But I'll do my best. You know, the comical angle her head is popped out at. I remember this intro so well. So this is also why I want to get the Roland MT32 emulator working. So we can have this sweet, sweet music in some, so many voices. So I do actually have saved games from way back in the day. Including Captain Popsicle. That is definitely from quite a while. Quite a ways back. Oh. Well, I guess we reload. Let's try that again, shall we? GG! Try that again. Okay. We are going to start a new career. I think new colonists. Or war for profit. It's so gorgeous, right? Spain's enemies established successful colonies in the Caribbean while Spain's power is in decline. So many letters. Q. Ahoy, hoy. And we're Mel Gibson. So that's fun. These days, in the UK, flying this particular flag has some shitty connotations. But I'm gonna get my head in a different game, in a different time period. Mel Gibson, isn't he Scottish? Oh, yes. Freedom! See, so our cursor is this little, sword. The cutlass. Yes, it's the one that the cutlass is on. Alright, what is my special ability? Is it skill at fencing? Is it wit and charm? Is it navigation? Is it gunnery? Or is it medicine? I like the idea of having a long, fruitful career. George's Cross. I prefer the St. Andrew's Cross myself. For, you know, reasons. Wit and charm. I just get that for free, you see. Get the feeling if you don't choose medicine, everyone just dies of scurvy. Well, that's everybody else. This is my own personal ability. They're gonna die of scurvy regardless. But am I gonna die with them? So skill at fencing is good because when you board, and there's gonna be a lot of boarding action, then you have a way better chance of whooping their ass. But I feel like you can get good at the sword. Wit and charm is genuinely useful. To be able to schmooze with the best of them. Subterfuge, what do you think is the best? What is your preference? Skill at navigation is great because it means that you can get places a lot quicker. Gunnery is awesome because you can sink things a lot quicker. Medicine, I think I might go medicine. You want to be Blackbeard or Jack Sparrow? By the way, thanks to Lotus, today, if you're here live, we are raffling off a copy of Risk of Rain 2. Are you interested in that, bad boy? Our options, fencing, wit, and charm. That's one. Navigation, gunnery, and medicine. Little gremlin, we all know I have perfect score in wit and charm. Why, thank you. Does Jack have the compass? I'm going to go medicine. Maybe... You know what? This is why I hate video games, because it appeals to the male fantasy of being healthy. It's disgusting. And let's go adventurer. Of course. What will be my name? Raz. Surprisingly. No one saw it coming. Are you satisfied with your choices, Captain? Aye. Years ago, your family was poor and starving. Your future lay in the New World, a land of opportunity and hope. Entering the Caribbean, a hurricane wrecks the ship. Clinging to a spar, You are rescued by the Spanish. You are indentured to hard labor on a sugar plantation. One day you chance upon some smugglers in a far corner of the field. They start a conversation with you. Impressed by your knowledge, the smugglers elect you captain on the spot. That night, you lead the sturdy band in a sneak attack on a small ship riding an anchor.
On guard!
On guard! Poke you in the face. Poke you in the heart. Poke you in the knee now. Ow, you poked me in the eye. Retreat, retreat. In the face. Retreat. In the face.
Surrender!
Yeah, you surrender. You sail to a friendly port nearby. A family friend introduces you to the governor. He provides a letter of marque, authorizing attacks on the enemy ships. He also provides a letter of Steve, your old friend from back in the day. How appropriate! You fight like a cow! Arr, I surrender! Now you're ready to seek your fame and fortune on the Spanish Main. The sailing master takes you aside. Here in Barbados, you'll probably be wanting to see the English governor and visit a tavern. The men will be anxious for plunder and adventure, so we needn't be sightseeing for long. The closest Spanish city is Trinidad, which lies many days to the southwest. The closest French city is Saint Christophe, which lies many days to the northwest. The closest Dutch city is Curaçao, lies many days to the west. You lose this letter? Is that a sign of demarcation? God. Welcome to Barbados. Pretty sure that's how that's pronounced. I'm going to go to my cabin. Mike Abbin. Obviously, I'm going to leave Pops 41. And I'm going to overwrite Fraz. Goodbye, old Fraz. Welcome, new Fraz. Let's have a little look. My logbook. We'll upgrade to Barber Windows 3.1 eventually. My shippy log. New governor in Cartagena. Malaria strikes Gran Granada. Indians attack Cumana. Malaria strikes Barbados. I am going to say Barbados. Indians attack St. Foam and Cumana. And today, May 29th, I visit Barbados. Pirate wisdom! Never pay more than $20 for a computer game. As true now as when it was said in the early 90s. I'll kill Halidassi? Very hard to say. Alki? Feels like that's not the nicest thing to call someone. You say Barbados, you think Barbie girl. Leader, Fraz, crew 40, cannon 10, gold 4,000. Can I just leave now? 4,000 sounds like a lot. Food for 115 days. The crew is pleased. I got no tons of goods and no tons of tobacco. My personal status. I am single and ready to mingle. I've got an English letter of marque, no title with the French, no title with the Dutch, no title with the Spanish. I'm 25. Oh, God. Oh, I wish. And in fine health. Also, I wish. I have 200 gold pieces to myself, no acres of land, and I'm a promising adventurer. 25 and single with your own business? No wonder you got 4,000. Oh, to be 25 again and sailing the Spanish Main. What's my ship status? What ship have I got in? Bark! Okay, cool. Hello, Gremlin. 4K. Happy friends. Good health. The only way is down from here. All right, I got a bark. There it is. Congratulations on my bark. Hostage status? None. Okay, cool. You gotta check these things. Did you accidentally... Like, I've woken up from weirder nights. Ah, shit. I took 3 people hostage. Here we are! God, I remember this map. We are in Barbados. It is an English colony. It has 1 fort. It's surviving. Guild Wars 3 domain had its registration changed today. I thought someone... When you came in earlier, I'm pretty sure someone said that. What are you, not looking at chat? How dare you? Watcher's nostalgia washes over me. It's weird. I don't quite get what's going on with the mouse. The mouse doesn't like going up and down. It loves going left and right. Why would you look at chat? What are you, a mod? Trinidad! Nevis? You were literally talking at the time. Nevis is English. St. Christophe is French and has no forts. I just feel like these look like mitts. A micro nap between messages. And look at my treasure cave. Oh. The real treasure was the friends that we made along the way. And they said that I didn't have a hostage. Come on now. I've saved already. I'm going to practice my fencing, and I'm going to go... Here we go, with a cutlass. So. Just very briefly. I'm going to remind myself which button was which. I've got to scroll a fair amount. Hold on. It's quite a long manual. I'll get there eventually. So. Thrust is right. Slash is left. How am I going to remember that? Thrusting with my right hand. And slashing with my left. Oh, God! We've started. Is it music? Fuck no. Big stabbies. Right on the back of my hands. I'm doing lefties. A pure attack. Slash down. Okay, attacking once doesn't even do much.
Oh, surrender.
Yeah, I think it is just better with the using the numpad. It's very bad. It's very bad with the mouse.
On guard.
It sort of means that the cutlass is kind of out of action.
Oh, surrender.
This boat is 70% rope. Okay, well, even before they smell your breath.
On guard.
Oh, interesting. Hold on. It does seem to change the, like... It changes the lane.
Surrender.
So we can, like, jab? I think that's Zorro. We can jab and then just press left click. Because it does physically move the position of the selection. I want to get good at the cutlass. It's high damage, you know?
On guard.
So, yes, Pixie, but the whole point of us doing this is because... So... Alright, big slash to the knee. Big slash to the head now.
Surrender.
In the numpad, you can only attack, by the looks of things, you can only attack with a thrust, and you can't do the slash attack. But I want to get good at the cutlass, and the cutlass's main bonus is the fact that it has an incredible slash attack. That's the second most sumptuous cabin I've ever seen. Yeah, you should see it the other way. There's a monkey head. So what I am currently doing is using the numpad to choose a lane. And then,
On
once
guard.
I've chosen a lane Marley, I'm then attacking again with left click.
Surrender.
Wait, that's slash. I thought you said right. Oh yeah, right is slash, isn't it? Hold on, I was doing it wrong. It's left click that's slash.
On guard.
Oh, I like your banana-colored shirt, sir.
Surrender.
Wow, 2 hits and a surrender. That is the power of the cutlass's slash. Okay, cool. Can I, did I take any damage here? We go to personal status, and it now says, received many cuts from practicing with swords. No, we still have fine health. What exit is that? No, we're good, we're good. I'm going to continue my travels. Hey, Governor. My dear Mr. Fraz. Oh, I should have called myself FrasWhar. Don't worry, we'll probably fail out mad and have to, like, make a new character. You want Banana Angel Delight? Angel Delight. My dear Mr. Fraz, we are allied with Holland, and we are at war with Spain. I charge you to seek out and destroy our enemy ships and towns. Cheers, bruh. The governor introduces you to his young daughter. She is presently being courted by Major De Silva. But she seems interested in me. Oh, me? Little old me? I'm a big fan of your dress. Also, is this Liv Tyler? Hi. I am a big fan of the psychedelic tapestry that you've got going on the wall. You got mushrooms? Oh. Well, that was a quick conversation. You are the first woman I have seen. Marry me. Traveler from Trinidad offers to sell you information for 60 gold pieces. Not yet. Too early. Bartender tells me that there's a new governor from January. I think I knew all this, didn't I? Whoop-a-dip-a-doop-a-dip-a. Oh, malaria. Barmaid asks you, will you be wanting a drink now? Yeah! Nice, cool. I've had a drink. There's some unemployed sailors Thank you, Connor. Look, that's promising. Oh, it's that promising sea dog, Mr. Fraz. Please, Mr. Fraz was my father. Just call me Fraz. A rowdy group of 15 men asked to join my crew. Are they rowdy? I don't know if I can deal with a rowdy crew. Can they be quiet? Be chill? Alright, fine. Get on board, lads. We're going blundering. The shipwright eyes you suspiciously, then asks for your business. I would be interested in partnering company, repairing a ship, selling some cannon. Are they rowdy, roddy, or pipers? Oh, God, I'd love some pirate pipers. Visit the merchant, visit the bank. What have I got in my hold? Merchant reluctantly puts down his ledger and greets you with a cold, "Good day, sir. What do you want?" Right, well, I got 17 foods. I'm assuming that's a 17 different pasties. I've just found a hair upon my neck, which I don't want to be there anymore. Hey, I plucked it, 3rd try. KL, thank you very much for the follow. That's an introduction, isn't it? So, they don't have any baccy. They don't have any goods. I got 8 goods, and oh my God, yeah. I think I remember having an entire section of, like, basically a binder full of good values. They do change in the game, but it's nice to have, like, a vague idea of, like, what is expensive, what is cheap. The only thing to eat aboard Fraz's fleet is cured sausage. Well, you don't want to eat the non-cured sausage, you know. You getting on a bit of a retro spell yourself, Connor? You've just bought Theme Hospital on GOG. The itch to blame Knights and Merchant again is turning. I don't suppose you used a certain affiliate code? Not code. Affiliate link for GOG? I'm part of the GOG stream team. If you want to buy games over on GOG and support me at the same time, if you click my affiliate link and then buy a game after that, you can support me whilst buying yourself a game. Every little helps. Thank you. That I need, because that is actually information from Wass's fella. The game. What's his fella, the game? Cursed. The DLC. The Cursed. No. Golden Idol. Cursed Idol. Golden Idol. There's an idol. Alright. So, to sell here, goods. Baccy. We have goods. You didn't think of doing it. Hopefully next time you'll think of me, Connor. Like I say, it's not a lot, but it does add up. No worries, dude. Enjoy your game. So 45. Wait, hold on. What? Wait, click on this. And 45. I'm guessing that's pieces of 8. Does it? I can sell one. And then I just buy it back for equal. Okay. Goods is 45. And baccy is 60. Here in Barbara. A golden idol. The K-pop idol. Alright, cool. And if I go to the bank, the only thing I can do in the bank, I think, is divide the plunder, which would be a little bit premature, I think. I mean, that would be the greatest day's work for these guys that I just picked up at the tavern. Okay. And off we go. I can pause. It's useful. We are... Oh my god, who are we at war with? I've already forgotten. Just have a quick reminder. I think we're at war with the Spanish? Definitely the Spanish. We might actually have to do the copy protection.
This is for you, James Fisto. I have a slightly squeaky-voiced young pirate on board. Burning through them points today. So, personal... No, ship's... No. Ship's log. Is the one? Hold on. No, that's not the one. I need to find out more about... No... I have an English letter of marque. Yes, what I should probably have done is made a note of who we're attacking. Definitely we're attacking the Spanish. Pip! What? Let's go take on those Spaniards. So Spain... we're going to attack.
I don't think I'm doing anything for, maybe the Dutch? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say nay, mare, say nay, mare. Folks, there is a, there was an ad break incoming. He did say something about the Dutch, but I thought he said that he's, like, friendly with the Dutch. Oh, easy now. Sailing through the strait. Is that an iceberg? I think it's a cloud. Either that or it's a floating iceberg. As in, like, in the air. Air floating rather than water floating. Well, I was hoping to have found a ship before the bio break, but I haven't. So it's bio break time. Boop. I mean... Boop. On pause. Show me Spaniards. Show me Spaniards! I'm going to do circles around here. Up!
Sail ho!
Sail ho! The lookout reports a sail on the horizon. I'm going to go investigate. Looks like a fast galleon. Oh, for God's sake. I don't think I can take down a fast galleon in my little bark. Woof woof. Although this could be... She's flying French colours. I'm going to hail for news. So, the French... I think we can ally with the French, right? I can't remember what the Dutch were up to, but the French had no beef with the English right now. So that's rare. Ships news. We've got the malaria. We got the Indian attack. The malaria on Barbados. New governor in Providence. Oh my God, you did the mystery bag. I'm so upset that you didn't do it in front of me, but I'll take it. You've got some warheads, some spicy gin. Noodles. I want to say mints. Awesome. Is my bark worse than my bite? You bastard. Always head to the left when you meet the Dutch. So, like the song, you can pass the duchy on the left-hand side. Yes. Yes. Is this a French city here? Where are we?
Idly ho, neighborinos.
Wow, Ned Flanders lives here. In Trinidad, apparently. What's cooking, nice lookins? Hey, lost girl, how the devil are you? And get some ahoy hoys for the very first lost girl. I'm doing a jig in Trinidad. The Trinidad Boogie. Spanish flag flies over the town. I'm not going to lie, the Spanish are at war with the English, but I haven't sank any Spaniards. Oh my god, I am really jelly for your sausage pasta, to be fair. I had some sausages, but they made my gums bleed. I'm gonna walk into town. This might not go well. The governor's daughter's into Warhammer 40k. She's a prize. Well, this is my favourite tune. Oi, bartender. New governor in Providence. Yeah, it's pretty standard stuff. The Trinidad jokes? Gotta be. How does she feel about the Emperor? Traveller offers... A traveller from Margarita! Paraffin, you needed such music today? You're very welcome, dude. Do not forget, prating is also about the money. I mean, that's why I'm streaming. 70 gold pieces for a bit of information about Margarita? Alright, tell me about this pizza. Margarita, struggling. 90 soldiers, 900 citizens, 10,000 gold! Haven't I got more than that? Not gold, soldiers.
Paraffin cheered. X600. Almost 900 city cents.
Citizens! Oh, I dribbled. 10,000 gold is worth a squeeze. Oh, yes, it is, depending on how far away it is, but yeah. I mean, 90 coins for a potential 10,000. That's the juice right there. Paraffin, thank you for the 600 biddies, you beauty. Barmaid! Will you be wanting a drink now? Yes, I would. And then I blacked out for a bit. The realism in this is off the charts. Unemployed sailors. How many? 5 men. It's that promising sea dog, Mr. Fraz. You guys gotta stop me calling me Mr. Fraz. I'm expecting to fail miserably on this try, by the way, and then we can make another character called Mr. Wah, which that fits more with the theme. Get on board, lads. You don't mind attacking Trinidad, do you? I'm sorry, what? No, I said you have hard tack and tiny dads. If you celebrate it, happy Pride Month. Hell yes. Get your rainbows out. Sign them up, boys. Hey, who knows? Maybe we'll get a couple of Mattelitages to celebrate Pride Month. Matelitage. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of historians that have slightly skewed radars. Gays in the military / the sailing professions. Yes, Matelitage. was when a couple of sailors would marry. And of course, the Matelotage marrying was never to do with any sort of intimate relations between sailors. And to even suggest it. Whew. Can I not go to the... there's no... Oh, yeah, no, I can. Let's go to the governor. My dear Mr. Fraz, we're at war with England. Over a delicious dinner. They're bunkmates. The governor offers you a Spanish letter of marque for 800 pieces of gold. Will you pay? Yep, but I will be attacking your ships afterwards. So... Anyway, 800's a drop in the water for the fact that we're just about to go and attack Trinidad and get 10 grand! Go on in. A letter of Harry. Okie dokie. Where the bloody hell are we? We're in Trinidad, right? In Trinidad... oh. 45 and 60 again. Alright. Barbados and Trinidad, very similar. Trinidad. Probably should get some food, though. Bloop, 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 bloop. What the... Wait. I'm buying this. Why is the space in my hold going up? Doesn't make any sense. Okay. Shipwright? How many cannons do I have? I have 10. Okay, cool. Hold the fucking phone. Wait a minute. Am I on the right? Oh, I'm on the right! That makes sense. Okay. Right, so I was just selling all that food. Luckily, there is no penalty. Oh, hello. Chesty. I am feeling a little ill, unfortunately, at the minute. Well, good. I don't know if the 45 pieces of 8 for a barrel of goods is good or not. Right, what I do want to do... Oh, city information. Well, this has only got 40 soldiers, but it probably doesn't have a lot of cash. This is the army for the final game of 10th edition. Then it's a new edition time, and you need to figure out what to do with this one. Surely you don't have to just bin them, right? Or maybe that's the intention for Games Workshop. Nope. You're no longer allowed. I mean, I'm pretty sure my old Eldar could still be used as Eldari, right? You know, it looks pretty much the same. God dang. No binning, but you have to figure out what you can bring into 11th edition. Okay. Treasure Cave. Map of the Caribbean. What was it? What was the information? Oh, chat. What the bloody hell was the information? Is there a way to find my information? Can anyone remember what it was that the weird, creepy man gave me? If you reuse your old ones, how will we sell you new ones? Information? information? The creepy man gave me syphilis. Oh, what was the place? Wait, can I just go back and talk to him? No. I don't think I was paying enough attention. I didn't write it down. Cruise pleased. Food for 71 days. Lovely. I got 2 letters of marque. Fine health. 200 gold pieces. That's my actual wealth. Bugger! Does anyone want to have one of those rewind buttons where they can go back over the stream and tell me what exactly I was supposed to be attacking? Can anyone remember what I was supposed to? I was supposed to attack somewhere, and I can't remember what exactly it was that I was supposed to attack. Oh, what? VODs are not still off, are they? Have they Oh my god! Did they go back off again because I finished? VODs. I definitely turned VODs back on. But it's possible that VODs then got turned back off after I turned them on again. No, VODs are on. Yeah. I mean, I think they're on. I didn't publish yesterday's one. And it's definitely available. Scott Vulcan, you bloody beauty as you are. Subs can also rewind live. They're keeping the codexes, at least for now. Might need to change up the detachments a little. Fair maidens in your area, dial number 1 to be in touch. Little gremlin, that's what I'm talking about. Pixie, these nudes, still quite tasty. You feel the protein might make them more filling. Margarita! I remember it was Margarita because I made a joke about pizza. Scarred Vulcan? Oh, wait, you might be back in... Someone tell Scarred Vulcan that they... I remember it was Margarita. Soldiers 90, citizens 90, but they got a lot of cash. I can hear you! Scarred Vulcan! Can you tell Scarred Vulcan that they don't have to look it up anymore because I remembered I made a joke about the pizza? Thanks, Scarred Vulcan, for letting Scarred Vulcan know. Vulcans never blush. Blush? Maybe. Right, let's save. You just got to that... Well, now you get to remember the fond times. The memories when Fraz made an entirely new joke that no one has ever heard. Fraz, 1. And I'm away. Let's go sailing.
Vulcans never bluff.
Blush. Yes, they never blush. No, I don't suppose that they do.
Sail ho!
Investigate. It looks like a galley. What you flying? What flag you flying? Ooh. Well, I've just saved. This is going to be our first sea battle. How badly do we do? Oh, God. Okay. They got 232 men. That's a little bit more than I've got. Currently, they're trying to close the gap. Raise that sail. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, Christ. Oh, God, we're being battered. I've got 39 lads left. Okay. No, be better. Oh! My sails are a little bit tatty. Tatty Bogle! You raise sails up. Oh my god. Oh my god. Your ship is holed in a dozen places and gradually sinks beneath the waves. Turns out that a bark might not be one to take on a galleon. Oh, I'm wet. With your last ship gone, my first ship gone as well, you're washed ashore on an uncharted island as the local Indians feed you and help you regain your strength. Cheers, lads! Months pass. Hold me closer, Spanish galleon. Months pass quickly as you search for a way out of your predicament. Fortunately, you're still young and healthy and virile. One day, a small ship arrives on the island to resupply. We recognize some of the former crew members. They agree to take you back as the journeyman captain. And then I bugger off. Okay, well, I'm going to have to load the game again. No loading at any time. Microprocessors got a game. Right, come on, thanks to Sid Meier. Thanks, Siddy. We roped a couple of sea turtles using the hair from my back. Alright, Leaf Town, we're off. Buggering off to bed, are we, Connor?
You've been a wonderful audience. Thank you and good night.
Yes, you bloody well are. Investigate. Target. Oh, it's a bark. It's some bark on bark action. I guess it's lovely to see you. Welcome to Pirates Gold, the second game in the Sid Meier's Pirates franchise. Sid Meier's Pirates from 1980. I want to say 7, but I'm not entirely sure. Then Pirates Gold from 1993. And then 2004, we had Pirates Live the Life. I was really hoping that in, like, the 20-teens, we would get another installment. Because then it would be one every decade since the 80s. But we never did. Oh, yeah, the French colours. Is anyone at war with the French? New governor in Providence, fair enough. Haggis McMutton was a member of the crew in The Curse of Monkey Island, indeed. All right.
Sail ho!
Show me what you got. War galleon! Investigate. Well, I've got a letter of marque, and I haven't actually attacked any Spanish. So. It's got a demo as well, hasn't it, Stanley? I didn't see that it's got a release date. Disembark, no.
Land ho!
Right. So. I can't remember how to attack towns. But we're going to. As you and your men enter the town, you encounter an armed band of citizens. The leader steps forwards, brandishing his sword. Is that a sword in your pocket, or are you just trying to defend your town? Alright, so, right-click for slash. I'm going to use my cutlass, and I'm going to overpower him with mighty blows. Hey! A cutlass in the streets.
On guard!
Approach. Approach swiftly. Attack the head. Slash the head. Slash the head. Slash the knees.
Oh, surrender!
Oh my god, the power of the cutlass! I popped his kneecap clean off. I now use it as a bowl for my keys. The once proud town of Margarita is at my mercy. The remainder of the garrison flees. Your crew
You're
begins
doing
to round up
quite
the gold. Valuables. He's now on guard duty for life. No! Did you see? Juicy. Did you see that Corset Cove got a release date? I don't know what this is, but you can play it up here and down here. The town has had warning of your... Well, fuck off! That was real swift! If this isn't somewhere near 100,000, I'm gonna be well upset. Holy crap, is that the plunderman extraordinaire, Dabatha?
Tab 198, Tier 3 Retrovert. 72 months holding us together. Merry 6 years.
We did crash into the coast nearby. We don't talk about that. 6 years! Dab. 72 months. In a feckin' row. Thank you very much, dude. And with you, you bring good luck, which means that in my hold, I get... $45,000. Okay. Fine. Now, baccy is worth more than goods, so we'll take all of the baccy that we can. We'll take some food, because, you know, it's good to be able to feed my dudes. And the rest of the hold I'll fill up with goods. Pew, pew, pew. Not a bad start, I say. Cheers. Hey! Ah! Oh, for God's sake. Gotta leave some food for the town survivors so you can rob them again in the future. Exactly. Sometimes it's a little bit swift leaving the town. I think we're in Spanish territory now, aren't we? No, and go left. What's even worse is if you leave a town and go straight forwards into a bloody reef. I remember that being an absolute nightmare. $57 men, 10 cannons, 7,623 pieces. Food for 109 days. The crew is pleased. We got 10 goods, 21 tobaccies. Right. What I want to do is have a little look at the globe. Or indeed the map of the Caribbean. So down here, what we got just below us. That's Spanish Cumana. Caracas. Probably Spanish. Guardian, you're gonna go to bed. Sweet dreams, dude!
You've been a wonderful audience. Thank you and good night.
Thank you for being here. Puerto Cabello. Curaçao is Dutch. Okay. Go to Curaçao. Have a meeting with the Dutch. That's Spanish. I don't really want to go into that. I just sacked a Spanish town. Probably not the best for me to... Oh, that's a prospering town. I've got a lot of cash. All right. If we go... Let's sail close to Caracas. Obviously, after a successful plundering run like that, I should save. If I can, please and thank you. Please and thank you. Oh no, you can only save in towns. I forgot about that. Yes, it adds a frisson of danger when you're out floating around. So we could get intercepted by a Spanish war galleon or something. Right, we're close to it. Does that now? Are we close enough to be able to see what it is? Apparently not. I'm going to have to sail right up to it. In we go.
Land ho!
Okay, Spanish. I mean, I could just plunder a load of Spanish towns and then go to the Dutch and be like, hi! No, I'm gonna sail into the... look, I only sacked one town. Surely they can't be upset with me. Oh no! They weren't happy with me. That's weird. Okay, apparently the Spanish have taken a little umbrage to the fact that I sacked one of their towns.
Land ho!
Yeah. I'm just a little bit upset. Let's sneak into town. Hey! Give me information. It's surviving. There's one fort, 70 soldiers and 900 citizens. I'm gonna visit the merchant. I don't know whether I'm allowed to. Oh, he lights up at the size of my breeches. I mean, my purse. My dear sir, what can I do for you this afternoon? Well, you can buy all of my shit. Oh, but it's not good. All right, fine. Where the shit are we? I've already forgotten. Turns out, 45, very good price for goods. All right, his eyes are going to have to light up again whilst I... Puerto Cabello! Remind myself where the bloody hell I am. So it does change. Like, this isn't a solid, never... Like, it is a flexible price. But I'm going to visit the merchant. What do you mean it's not good? It's called goods, for God's sake. Here, goods are 30, and baccy is... Okay, baccy's 60. Alright, we'll sell all of the... We'll sell all of our tobacco. Lovely job. I keep my goods on board. Oh, the coffers. Oh, my pants are bulging. And it's not just the pieces of 8. Okay, well, the last time we got a bit of information from a traveller, it worked out in our favour. But what I really want is a slightly better ship. Because I feel like my ship's not good. Pirates plunder Margarita! Oh, I wonder who they are. Those nasty, nasty pirates. News spreads, apparently. It's that promising sea dog, Mr. Fraz. A rowdy group of 8 men asked to join my crew. Get on board, lads! Bring your best trousers. Hi, barmaid. I will be wanting a drink, yes. I'm going to black out for a second, and now I'm back. So, I mean, I could divvy the plunder now. It would be a terrible idea to get new crewmates and then instantly divvy the plunder, but... They are at war with the English. Though you have offended the Spanish crown, we may forgive your piratical offences for 1,000 pieces of gold. Will you pay? No. Oh. Okay. I'd like to win at least one sea battle. One sea biscuit. But also, I'd like to save, because I'm in a town, and I can do that. God, I love this game. Chat, are you aware how good this game is? Because it's a good game. So, if I get myself a night, I'm not going to get too worried about what sort of ship. Although saying that, I'm now going to get worried about what sort of ship. Because I don't completely know which is better than which in this game. Dip your biscuit in the sea, big old salty cup of tea. I feel like I should know this. I'm going to have a look at the ships. Give me information on what ship is best. A gazetteer of ships. Let's have a little look, shall we? Beam reach, close hauled beam reach, broad beam reach, broad beam reach. That's when you go to the farm. Cargo space, speed, and best point of sailing. Oh, the sea is ramen. So what have I got? I've got myself a bark. Woof, woof. 16 guns, 128 men maximum. Typical crew between 12 and 36. 60 tons of cargo space. Cargo flute does have better guns. Typical a 4 to 12 number of heavy cannon. Although my bark has 16. Oh, no, sorry. Maximum number of heavy cannon for a bark is 16, but a 20 on a cargo flute. More men as well. A merchantman can have up to 24 guns. Frigate. Square-rigged frigates are fast sailers, fairly handy to maneuver, and faster than most square-rigged ships. Fast galleon, Spanish war galleon, and a Spanish galleon. War galleon having 32 guns max. Spanish galleon, which feels like, why is the war galleon less than the... Anyway. 36 guns. 160 tons of cargo space. We've got 288 men maximum. 256 for the war galleon, 224. I feel like a frigate would be a really solid, good upgrade, right? But I'll take, I guess, a cargo flute. Small list of the square-rigged ships. Flutes make poor warships, but I've got a bark. It's the slowest close-hauled sailor among fore and after rigs, and the least manoeuvrable. However, the advantages of the rig are so great that barks still surpass all square-rigged ships in both departments. Furthermore, barks carry oars, allowing them to row straight into the eye of the wind. With both large size and good handling, a pirate bark can be a formidable adversary. Still, most merchantmen are peaceful traders, disinclined to fight. They tend to have large cargoes and sometimes a bit of wealth. Privateers and pirates always look forward to capturing juicy merchantmen. However, some merchantmen have been converted to pirate ships with stronger armament and a ferocious crew of cutthroats. These ships are extremely dangerous. Oh my. Apropos of nothing, bark makes the best root beer. I'm sailing! I didn't mean to sail. There is an issue with alt-tabbing. Look, there's no sailing music always, so... like any good crew, you've got to make your own songs up. Hello, the Dutch. It's a surviving city, town, village of Curacao. Hello, Faye! 1 fort, it's surviving, it's got 800 citizens. Wappity bappity wappity baps. My dear Mr. Flares, we're allied with England. There you go. Look, I just went to Rotterdam. That is an exact Dutch accent. Over a delicious dinner. The Dutch, well known for their delicious dinners. I think I'll have a burger, thank you. Maybe some bitterballen. Can we have poffertjes for pudding? The governor offers you a Dutch letter of marque for 800 pieces of gold. Yes, yes, I will pay. I don't think we can, Ananda. Okay, Curacao. $5,000. We got hat. I am behatted. DBM. I'm not gonna lie. I've had experiences recently of some very generous folks. Very generous folks. Hey, Faye. Curacao. 45. 60. They went Dutch. Oh, I see what you did there. Okay, I've sold at 45, which seems to be an okay price. In my case, it's more you bring dinner, I bring the fun. Damn right. Faye, back away, Faye. I'm going to save here. I'm not going to lie. Lawson, your timing's off a little bit at the minute, yeah? There is an ad break incoming. But it's time to switch the game.